Hi everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices. Thank you so much for joining. Whether you're watching, listening, you're here in the United States or abroad, thank you so much for being with us. If you can do us a big favor, give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, repost. That'd be awesome. Follow us on social media. And if you can reach out to maybe 25 or 50 contacts in your phone and let them know about the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast, and at that, the Voices for Voices organization. Thank you for being with us, and it's been a few days. We're catching up on our social media posts. We're a fair amount behind because we're just rocking and rolling with our show. Uh, so we're glad to have you with us. And again, if you can, tell a friend. We'd love to have you and them uh, be with us for other episodes. We are pushing 500 total episodes in our portfolio. So that by itself is just incredible. And we're just a charity, low budget, frankly, no budget really. And so we're doing this because we believe in helping people, and the big goal is to help and reach at least 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. And again, Lucy's with us, so she might make an appearance here. She's currently resting on her shoulders. You can kind of see my head is pushed a little forward. So closer is what I'd like to talk about today. Uh, yeah, there's songs written about Closer. The There's a song from the Chainsmokers called Closer. Neo, Closer. That's the one I'm more familiar with. As I was younger, quite a bit younger, that song came out, and so that's what I automatically thought about when I was searching to see songs that were titled "Closer." We talk about how life is rough, life is tough, no matter what, no matter how good we think we have it or how bad we think we have it. We're closer. The key is, what are we closer to? Are we closer to achieving our dreams, or are we closer to inactivity, where we're spinning our wheels, we not quite sure what we want to do. We know we don't want to be in that mold of that 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. But that's all we might know. What I would recommend in those cases is go check out your local library. The libraries around where I reside, they're open to the public, and you can go in there and search different topics that you like like sports, medical, uh, find the area that really makes you passionate when you hear said industry or products or services, and your ears perk up and your eyes go, oh, that would probably be a good start to just do a little bit of research. If you don't want to read the whole book or the whole magazine, You don't have to. But right, we're trying to get closer to our dream, closer to what we want to do, what we feel our purpose is on Earth. Because we all have one. Uh, I'm still looking, and as of now, uh, as a believer, God hasn't quote unquote appeared to me and say, Justin, voices for voices, that's what your goal is. That's your purpose here on Earth. Uh, all I have to do though is look at how many episodes we have. I mean, I it's hard for me to really even say 500. 500 of anything is nothing short of miraculous because so many things have to go right to get to this point. Doesn't mean everything's gone right. Absolutely not. To get to 500, though, some things have had to kind of go in our direction. And that's why we're so passionate with what we do. That, again, 500 of anything, 500 days of sobriety, 500 days of going to the gym, whatever that may be. 500 of anything is huge. And so I bring this up because you've seen and heard him on previous shows. We've had I think two shows, maybe three. Don Mattis Jr. He's got, the purple outfit, the purple beard and such, and he has detailed and relived trauma of his early years. And for him, the number 40 means something. So I'm 44 years old. Don is coming up like just over a week from when we're filming this episode. He's celebrating 40 years of sobriety. That's 40 years. He started his sobriety 4 years before I was even born. And so numbers mean something, whether it's 40, whether it's four, whether it's one, whether it is 50%, 100%, 60%. The key is we're trying. Far too often, I've seen uh, people from kind of like my earlier life, earlier days, where maybe they're working towards their goal. I don't know, but I'm a progress type of person, not just for me, but for others. Like I have to show progress for me to feel any kind of validation. I wish it wasn't the case, but I've talked about it a lot on prior shows. Or for me to get validation, I have to have, a piece of paper or an email or something that shows that that's what uh, that's what I did. And so in a way, I'm trying to impress other people. But as I'm talking, processing what I'm talking about, I shouldn't I shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. I mean, it's nice if somebody's impressed, like, hey, great job, whatever, whatever your thing is, whatever my thing. Eh, Yeah, it's nice to get recognized. But that's not always going to come. The trophies and all these medals of honor and lucky enough to make it to the Olympics, and earn a gold, silver, or bronze medal. Those are all things that are nice and good recognition. But for a lot of us, there's a lot of days that go by. I know from experience where we're going to work on this, we're going to work on that, and yet we don't see a result. Nobody's there clapping their hands for us. Hey, great job, Justin. Here's your trophy. So I don't so while I still seek that validation and to show like here's what I've done, I thought about this long and hard that I'm merely just showing here's what I've done. Here's something that I've completed. But I don't need a trophy. I don't need a medal to show me what I've done. Because for me, it's all God. I'm just like the intermediary where I'm sharing the best we can stories and events, experiences, so we can help people. So somebody can be sitting at home or sitting on a plane or wherever and say, that right there, that resonates with me. It resonates with my family. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. The things I talk about are things that I'm doing or have worked for me or haven't worked for me. And then the same thing with our guests. And so, again, I feel like I need the validation, but with that validation, I don't need, uh, again, I don't need a trophy, a medal. All those things I'm gonna switch how I'm sitting. So the camera might move around just a bit. Okay, there we go. Much better. And then, of course, you hear the jingling. That's Lucy. So, uh, but yeah, I don't need that type of validation. Again, that's great. Growing up playing sports, I was decent, I guess. And so there were tournaments, there were events that We would, my team would enter, and sometimes we would get first, sometimes second, sometimes we wouldn't. We wouldn't get a trophy. And so it's taken me really these 44 years and counting to think about this of, do I need that type of validation? Like, it's one thing to, show, hey, excuse me, this is something that I did. I completed this. I have this goal, and now part of it or all of it, I've completed it. It's really just hard to fathom about the trophies because yeah, would that be kind of the ultimate validation? Could be, but I come back to this as I have many times before. When we leave this earth, we're not going to be able we're not going to be able to take those trophies and medals and certificates of appreciation, of honor, of you name it. We don't get to take those with us. And so I think that's part, if not all, of why I feel about the trophies and medals topic that I do. Because I think that I'd be wasting my time trying to reach out to have me or the organization recognize. Again, those things are great. If they happen, I didn't say I'm going to turn them down. Excuse me. I didn't say I'm going to turn them down. It's just something that's just not my goal. My goal is to help 3 billion people, to reach 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond through Voices for Voices, which is quite literally a ministry where we bring humans across the world together based on culture and not politics. Yes, we've had politicians on our show, but if you look at the close to 500 um, shows at this point, you're not going to see 100 shows, 200, 300. You're not going to see this huge number of politicians. A lot of them are for specific work that they have completed, like the Take It Down Act with Senator Ted Cruz from Texas, which is now a federal law. And the first person under that law is being prosecuted. See, it's more of what the action of that politician versus it being about getting reelected or some person that's running for office for the first time. So what are you getting closer to? Bringing it right back to the beginning of our episode. What are you getting closer to? Are you getting closer to your dream? Closer to the goals that you want, not the goals that your parents want, not the goals that your roommate, your friend, and as hard as it can be, not the goal of a significant other. And so again, I ask again, what are you getting closer to? Are you getting closer to activity? Are you getting closer to inactivity? The hardest thing to do, and I'm guilty of this. When I was younger, going to the gym, working out, and the physique and all that, that was so important to me. I do need to get back into better shape. So I'm admitting that. But the deal is this, the hardest part of working out is getting started. Of getting off the couch, getting off the chair, getting off the bench, off the bed. Hardest part is getting started. And the goals are very much the same. You just got to get started. If you're like me and need that validation, just work on it. Again, nobody's perfect. I went to mine and my wife's, our child, they had art show at their school. And so they had art from different times of the school year. And maybe some got judged. Everybody was welcome at that school. They had relation with the child, parent, guardian, grandparent, not just anybody. And so it was so cool because there was no competition of, well, this piece of art versus this other piece of art. It was letting everybody express their creativity in the piece of art. There's multiple, I think there's like four or five per child. And so I just looked at it as like, this is cool. It's neat to see some of the things that they do. So I don't know if she's gonna be an artist when she grows up. I don't know. But just having that opportunity, not only to do the art and make the art, create the art, but that would be for like, if I turn back the clock for me, bringing my parents to an art show at a school and showing them my work, that would be validation for me. And so might be our child's validation for them, where they're gonna look back and go, you know what, that was so neat. my parents came to see the art that I've been working on. And it really was. It was it was very neat to see that and to see those. And not just mine, but to see all the other children and they're pointing and saying, "Look, here's mine, here's mine." And they get a picture next to it or close to it. Or a parent holds them up, but if it's at maybe at the top area. So again, just ask yourself, what are you closer to? Closer to validation, closer to even finding out in your mind what you want to do. Doesn't have to be closer to completing the goal. You can be closer to finding out what the goal is, what you want to do, because that's getting started too, right? You got to put the phone down, you got to put screens away, and you got to just think. For some of us, it's very hard to do, extremely hard to do. And maybe we can't think of a time where we were able to just sit and think or stand and think or without having the ringer or the vibration of the phone or the TV on or whatever. That can be a goal in it of itself. I'm gonna put my phone and turn off all the screens for 30 minutes. So one day a week. And I bet you in a couple weeks or so, you'll be closer to finding out what your goal is, what you want to do. I mean, I remember growing up and what are my roommates? What are they doing? I changed my major a couple different times at the university. Yeah, I was trying to be like my roommates or like my sister instead of like Justin. What does Justin want to do? Because as we figure out, as life goes on, those some of those people, usually siblings, we're in general, not all the time, we're we hear more of what they do and where they're at in life. Versus a roommate, I couldn't tell you what I could tell you what one of them, like what their major, information technology, IT. But we don't talk, haven't talked in years. Years. And that's a roommate. That's somebody that we were really close for years. and then we're not. So if I would have picked his major because of that, thinking, oh, well, we'll be able to chat and talk about these things as life continues, it's not the case. Even in the best of hopes, and we we don't usually have that opportunity. And then when you're on the phone or FaceTime, Zoom, it's like I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about something that is not work related, or it's family, hobbies. So that's why I'm saying figure out what you want to do, not what somebody else wants to do. You can take opinions, you can take other people's thoughts, but at the end, you got to make that decision because you're the one that's going to have to live with it. So I'll ask one more time. What are you closer to? Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let's celebrate all the voices in the world and be a voice for you or somebody in need. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye bye for now.